Can we now hear from Gina from Connected Women?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's been really inspiring listening to everybody's different stories. I'm just sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? I think it takes a couple of seconds before it actually appears for everyone.
Yes, we can see it now, Gina.
Great.
Thank you.
So Connected Women is a tech startup. We're actually a social impact tech startup, and we focus on technology skills development and online job matching. So this is something that we were already working on for the last 2 years. And as we know, we talk a lot about the future of work and the fact that traditional job roles will be changing. So, our vision is very much about equipping women with the technology skills that they need for the future. I think the term the new normal has come up a few times during this webinar, and I think what we're realizing is the future of work. In fact, we had a conference that was supposed to happen this week to talk about the future of work and women in the future of work and how opportunities in the future of work could actually economically empower women. Well, we all woke up, a few weeks back with the reality that the future of work is actually approaching much quicker and for different reasons. So these are some of the things that we've been working on, programs and platforms. Our focus is job creation through inclusive innovation. So we really look at, actually we started with the middle one, which is helping women transition from offline jobs, corporate jobs, into online jobs. And that's because we know that a lot of women in the Philippines quit their jobs, even though they're highly skilled and highly experienced, but they quit their jobs after they have children because of family responsibilities. In fact, some of the data that we pulled up, although those of you that work in research will know that the data is not that easy to pull up, but some of the data that we looked at indicates that around 5 million women in the Philippines were already out of jobs because of family responsibilities. And that's actually across all different segments, so whether they're underskilled or whether they're highly skilled. So one of the things that we've been working on is helping women transition from online jobs into the freelance workplace, or the remote from work from home or remote workplace. However, one of the things that is very pressing to us, and we were actually planning to launch it this month as well, but unfortunately the offline version of this has been delayed, is helping those underskilled women actually transition to work from home technical jobs. So we've been looking at what are the most basic jobs that can be done with those with very limited connectivity, limited technical skills, and just basic literacy that can be done from home that can help them earn a livable wage. And so that's what we've been working on, which is the first segment, which is inclusivity. And of course, another thing that's very important to us is making sure that local companies and businesses also understand that the workplace is changing, and work with local businesses to make sure that they don't lose their talent as we transition into this workplace of the future. So we want to create programs that help companies understand the importance of providing remote and flexible work to retain their women talent in the workforce, and also to open up their talent pool to a group of people that they may not be able to actually access if they're requiring them to physically attend work in an office. And often this is not necessary anymore. So Connected Women really aims to increase household incomes and to create livelihood opportunities for Filipino women in both urban and remote areas. Our client base is global, so local companies and international companies. So we started our community 2 years ago here in the Philippines, and actually it's global, so we do have some members within the 70,000 women who are outside of the Philippines as well. But it's a very diverse group. So these are the sort of less skilled women who are outside of the formal economy. And it also includes those who are highly skilled, highly educated, or perhaps even entrepreneurs. So this includes all groups of women. We partnered with Facebook and the Department of ICT, and we trained 2,000 women at physical events all over the Philippines in digital skills. So specifically digital marketing for business, or how to transition your offline business into a e-commerce business using Facebook Marketplace. So those are the things that we've been doing before. We also have meetups all over the Philippines, which allow volunteer-led events to happen every 6 weeks. Of course, they're not happening right now, and we'll be transitioning these online. We also have a very active Facebook group where the women in our community can actually provide support to each other. So, and of course, although we're a tech startup, in reality, we're also very focused on the social impact that we create and the SDGs, of course. So we're aligned with many of the SDGs, but of course, our focus is number 5, gender equality. And so in terms of COVID, this is really the heartbreaking reality. On the 23rd of March, we created a poll in our Facebook group. We have around 35,000 members in that Facebook group. And I posted up this poll saying, has your household income already been directly impacted because of the enhanced community quarantine and the unknown that follows that? And although I already expected this response, the response was very heartbreaking. Within 24 hours, around 1,500 women responded saying that their household income was already severely impacted. Now, these are families across a diverse sector. Of course, they're already online, they're already on Facebook, so they're probably not the poorest of the poor. But these are families that were actually able to sustain their daily needs beforehand. And unfortunately, now they are not. And this is just some. We had, I think it was over almost 400 comments, and lots of them like this. Single mothers with no income at all, those who are now in a situation where there's no work, no pay, those who are even running businesses like event organizations, or those who are selling sort of like small items from home are now having no income at all. And sometimes they're big families. So I think, you know, we really, really need to find a way to bring jobs to these communities. So these are the 3 programs that we're running. One of them, which is the one that I talked about for low-skilled workers, is Elevate IDA. It stands for Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics. And we're actually able to upskill women who come from very underskilled backgrounds. If they're able to use Facebook, then they can probably do this job as long as they have a basic device and connectivity. AI data labeling is one of the industries that is growing. And because of the nature of the future of work, it's probably not going to slow down, although it may take an initial impact you know, during this crisis. We're pretty sure that it will be a strong area for us to support in terms of labor. So we really want to bring these programs to those, you know, households that are impacted and don't have an income anymore, or those who didn't have an income before and could really benefit from having some way of earning from home. And I think many of the panelists throughout the afternoon have already you know, expressed and given us plenty of data on why it's so essential that women have access to their own finances and their ability to fend for themselves and fend for their households. We have 2 other programs as well. Elevate EVA, which is really for those who are skilled already and want to transition from jobs that they may have lost into jobs with companies, you know, anywhere in the world. There's quite a bit of data here, but I will share it with you to be circulated after the presentation. But Philippines is actually one of the fastest growing freelance markets in the world. So there is a big opportunity for Filipinos to reskill and upskill to be able to tap into this sort of global opportunity. And ROSA is another Elevate program that we're developing, which is very much about helping businesses really, you know, reskill their teams to be productive in a remote team environment. And it's something that we were planning for later, but I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me now asking if we can help with you know, helping their company be more engaged online, and how do they manage their teams now that they're fully remote. So just to summarize, you know, what we're doing right now is we're reaching out to partners, especially the big tech companies or the big local companies, but we can work with any companies that are able to provide jobs. So, you know, who do you know who has job opportunities available in their businesses that can be done from home? And, ideally with those in, shouldn't require a very high level of training or skill. If we can find semi-automated or repetitive tasks that already exist within your business that can actually be decoupled from roles that require a higher skill set, I think companies need to get creative and try and create these jobs, because right now people need jobs, and unless we create jobs, then we're going to have a very serious situation on our hands as we try to take care of all of these people that don't have access to any income at all. So that's our ask. We really are looking for program partners who can help us implement. We're looking for program funding, and we're looking for companies to get really creative, especially if you're in an industry that's thriving right now, because some industries obviously are, and you need back-end support for your businesses. Then we can help you provide supplementary labor, and we can also help provide incomes to families that desperately need them. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gina.